There has been a development, and I've never been happier or more content in my life. Now here you go again. You say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? Not all heroes wear capes, but they do drink cranberry juice and wear camo. Tim Taylor for life, and also Skateboard Man for life.
Now it's our time to protect them.
Finally, we have some vindication for those of us who have called this pandemic what it was from the beginning, a political stunt. Because the New York Times says the WHO lied and didn't base a lot of their recommendations on science. Hilary Duff has a bone to pick with Hollywood. If you're into the weird and culty, you'll be shocked to discover which billionaire heiress was caught up in the NXIVM cult. And January Jones is our Freak of the Week. I'm Alex Clark, and this is POPlitics. Hyping conservatee on a Friday. The New York Times did an investigation and reported that WHO's claim that travel bans would not curb COVID-19 were not based in science, but instead based on politics and economics.
Duh.
The Times wrote, public health records, scores of scientific studies, and interviews with more than 24 experts show the policy of unobstructed travel was never based on hard science. It was a political decision recast as health advice, which emerged after a plague outbreak in India in the 1990s. By the time COVID-19 surfaced, it had become an article of faith.
There's no science at work here.
I'm old enough to remember when saying this was the case a few months ago meant we were conspiracy theorists.
The cost to a game penalty.
Say it. Say you're sorry. Well, then don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
By the way, in Britain alone, nearly 1 million women have missed their annual mammograms because of the pandemic, according to the charity Breast Cancer Now. They're estimating that close to 8,600 women could now be living with breast cancer and have no idea. That is just in the UK. When are we going to start talking about the people who will die because of COVID, but not from COVID? It's officially Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Please do not let this pandemic stop you from scheduling your mammogram today.
I just want our titties to have a future.
Here's what I'm asking for, and I don't think it's too much. Declare that the pandemic is over.
Homie, you ready to call it quits?
Tell me I can have snack.
Hey, real talk though, in my car, I got snacks.
Defund the WHO.
Who did I say is playing third?
No, who's playing first?
Stay off of first, will you?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Now, what's the guy's name on third base?
What's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on third.
Kristin Cavallari.
Shut up. Don't say anything. Shut up. Your sidekick is yapping her mouth at me. I'm done with you. How about I'm done? I'm done.
Kristin is done with Jay Cutler and his last name. Most fans probably didn't know that she had been using it to begin with, and she told Ryan Seacrest that she's legally dropping it ASAP.
They were supposed to live happily ever after.
I'm still not over the fact that Jay and Tommy Lahren were not actually a thing. That honestly made my entire 2020, and just like everything else this year, it was taken away too soon.
Maybe it felt so real because I wanted it to be.
I'm not really a fan of Kristin. Didn't love her on Laguna Beach. Don't follow her now. I don't not like her, but I just don't like her really either, you know?
Nah. Same.
Hilary Duff has hinted for about a year now that she has some pretty big gripes with Hollywood.
Wow. Really?
One of her complaints is that she feels like she was typecast after Lizzie McGuire for years. She told Cosmopolitan, I definitely went through big frustrations of being like, why can I not get a shot at being someone else?
I want to be someone else.
What about being Kelsey and Younger? I freaking loved Younger. Major Hulu binge recommendation right there, a fat wreck. And I'm pretty sure her role as Olivia Burke in Gossip Girl was nothing like Lizzie McGuire. Gosh, I hope not. 1, 2, 3. Hang on, short commercial break. I need to do a little touching up. How's my hair? Does it look okay?
Well...
All right, let's roll. You're familiar with Seagram wine coolers, right? They're like glorified Kool-Aids for the beach. Well, Clare Bronfman is the heiress to the billion-dollar Seagram fortune. And we just found out the other day that she bankrolled Keith Raniere's NXIVM cult with tens of millions of dollars. The cult made the news for the first time, I think, back in 2018, if you kind of forgot about it.
Wait, what?
This is the cult that both actress Allison Mack of Smallville and the daughter of TV star Catherine Oxenberg from the show Dynasty were involved in it, and they were procuring women.
Ooh, that's not good.
Keith Raniere marketed his cult as a self-improvement group in upstate New York and was convicted last year of enslaving women for sex and even branding them with his initials. It turns out that Clare was actually recruiting illegal immigrants for the cult by falsely promising them visas or immigration status into the country. It's one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard. And it's like, you grow up in this billionaire life, why in the world are you going to put your money towards something like this out of all the things that you could spend money on? Really?
This is insane.
If you're into cults and you want to know more about how so many celebrities ended up involved in this one, there is a podcast series on this case that I listened to when this stuff all first came out called Escaping NXIVM on Apple Podcasts that I highly recommend. At the end of the day, if you're watching this and you're in a cult, call your dad. If you know, you know.
Wait, I don't get it.
I love the movie Pretty Woman. Actually, does anyone not love Pretty Woman? I don't even think that person exists.
Listen, I appreciate this whole seduction scene you've got going, but let me give you a tip. I'm a sure thing.
Jason Alexander, who played Richard Gere's slimy friend and coworker, said he was punched many times in the face after that movie came out. He said, it was an odd way to meet a national audience because I was known around the world as the a-hole that tried to rape Julia Roberts.
If I screw you, huh, and take you to the opera, then I could be a happy guy, just like that.
Hey, get off me. And then he admitted, women hated me. I would walk down the street and women would say mean things to me. I got punched many times. I got spit on by one woman. It was a rough year.
Big mistake.
Yeah, he was not a likable villain, I don't think. You know who is a likable villain for me? Vector from Despicable Me. He wears that orange sweatsuit, has a bowl haircut. How bad could he be?
I'm applying for a new villain loan. Go by the name of Vector.
Time for Ben to serenade us.
I said certified free. 7 days a week.
Mad Men's January Jones gets the honor this week. She posted an Instagram live video showing fans her self-care routine, and it was definitely out of the ordinary.
I'm not stupid. I speak Italian.
She pours beer into her baths.
Step 4, get a fancy glass, okay? Pour in your drink of choice, mine is beer. Okay, that's an important step. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of my step 4 into my bath. Okay, not a lot, just a little, don't wanna waste it. I'm doing that because I feel like it's gonna be hydrating for my body, and also I recently read about what Cleopatra would put in her baths, what she would bathe in. It's important you look that up. And I just feel like, depending on who you've dated, it can't be that much different, right?
What do you mean, depending on who you've dated? It can't be that much different? That sounds sticky and disgusting. Sorry, January. Jail. Straight to jail. Lock her up.
Enjoy your weird bath.
I have to tell you, I am just ecstatic that we just hit 50K. 50,000 CUTEservatives, almost exclusively young women and a few dude-servatives who love this country and pop culture. POPlitics is proof that you don't have to be a hardcore news show to introduce conservative ideas to people and have a lot of fun doing it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for subscribing to us on all podcast platforms and leaving those 5-star reviews, liking this episode every day before you click off, leaving us a comment about something you liked in the show, and sharing every episode with your friends or on your stories made this possible. Now, as a CUTEservative family, we're gonna work towards 100K together. We're back Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I love you and I like you. I'm Alex Clark and this is POPlitics. Click below to watch yesterday's episode. Please subscribe, thumbs up, share this video, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss the conservatee. And make sure you're following this show at POPlitics on Instagram for even more CUTEservative content.